Is it just me, or did everyone forget how amazing Kabutops is in the pouring rain? My name is Just Weavile, and on this channel, we're all about discovering and bringing out the true potential in every Pokemon, no matter how big, small, or unexpected they are. Today we're diving into the prehistoric waters with Kabutops, a fast, fierce predator from ancient times. With Swift Swim doubling its speed in the rain, Kabutops becomes a serious offensive threat. This set runs Liquidation and Stone Edge for powerful stab coverage, Leech Life for added sustainability and health recovery, and Swords Dance to push its attack to terrifying levels. Holding the heavy duty boots to avoid sticky webs and other hazards, and trained with an adamant nature to maximize its power, this Kabutops is all about slicing through teams at top speed. One build, 2 battles, let's showcase what Kabutops can really do. But before we get stuck in, why not join the Pokemon Battle Hub Discord? It's a friendly community full of trainers eager to battle, share ideas, and help each other get better. Right then, let's jump straight into the first battle. Alright, Acid has brought a pretty cool team with the Dreadnought, which is obviously a big threat. Well, kinda. The Aegis Slash is awesome to see. Charizard, I'm expecting to get Gigantamax attack Charizard, not gonna lie. Wobbuffet, I haven't seen Wobbuffet in time. I love Wobbuffet, it's such a cool Pokemon. We're gonna watch out for it though. That Shadow Tag and counter Mirror Coat, stuff like that, it's gonna be a bit of a pain to deal with, but we could just like Swords Dance with Kabutops in its face and then just Leech Life it to death and then we'll be golden. So I'm thinking they don't have a ground type, so I might just lead off with Spitter. That way, if they lead off with Wobbuffet, we can just Volt Switch out, which would be fantastic. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and well, good luck, have fun, I guess. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun. Acid, they're going to lead off with Durangard, which is the Aegis Slash. Nice. I led off with Spitter, the Heliolisk. So this isn't the worst case scenario for us. We could just Volt Switch straight away, which is what I'm going to do. There's no point thundering because we might miss, we might get hit with a Sacred Sword. Not really worth the risk in my opinion. Alright, they go for a King Shield, which is going to protect him from our Volt Switch, yes. But it won't lower our offenses because that's not how it works. It's only for physical attacks, I believe. It still protects them, but it doesn't lower our stats. So now I feel pretty safe going for another Volt Switch. They kind of have to either switch out or just take it like a champ, and they do stay in and take it like a champ, I'm guessing. Yeah, oh, it is half, that's good. That Life Orb definitely kicks in a bit more power for Heliolisk, which is great. They're probably going to go for a Sacred Sword here. It's pretty much the only thing they can do. So I might use this opportunity to get up my Rain, which would be really cool, or we can go to Jester, we can go for a Foul Play. If they're going to go for a Sacred Sword, though, we've got to be careful. I'm also leaning towards Garchomp. I think Garchomp's a great one because, A, they'll probably King Shield expecting an attack. So we can get up 3 Stealth Rocks, depending on what they do, of course. They go for a Swords Dance, which is terrifying. I will say that's terrifying. But we do outspeed it, and we can KO it with Earthquake, based on the health it's got left. So I'm going to ignore the Swords Dance for now. I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up. I think that's really important, because they're probably going to King Shield here. They withdraw. Okay, so they don't want to get hit by an Earthquake. That's fine. They go to Altaria. So Altaria is a good one. It's definitely going to be able to take an Earthquake, being a flying type and all that. We go for a Stealth Rocks. They're now up. Unless the Altaria has Defog, we should be alright. I mean, they have got nothing else for Hazard Clearance, so I'm guessing the Altaria's got that. So it's probably got Natural Cure, so I won't go for a Toxic here. What I'll do is I'll use this opportunity to go into my Mr. Rhyme. It's obviously a really good answer to Altaria, being an Ice type and all that, so it's a good check. It's not the best counter, because they could have Fire Blast for all I know. They are going to Dynamax, so that's kind of annoying. Because I completely forgot Dynamax was a thing. I'm not going to lie. So Dynamax comes through with the Altaria. That is a big cloud to worry about. Like the sky is turned cloudy now. Probably going to rain. Probably going to rain. Dynamax is such a weird mechanic, man. Like, what makes them think like, oh, this would be a good idea? Max Starfall. That's going to sting a bit. Oh, never mind. We're all right. We're all right. Mr. Ram's just like tapping away, tapping his feet away. Like an absolute boss. And now I'm pretty confident. I mean, that's going to lower the power of their dragon moves, I believe. So, oh no, they're not grounded, so it shouldn't do that, actually. Never mind. I'm tempted to go for a Freeze Dry straight away. I think I will just go straight for a Freeze Dry. If they switch out, they switch out. I don't think we need to Dynamax to take out this Altaria. To be honest with you, I don't think we need to. I think they're either going to switch out, expecting us to go for the Dynamax for Max Ice, whatever it's called. Alright, so they actually go for a Max Wormwind, which is going to sting a bit more than the Starfall did. Oh no, I guess the Misty Terrain does affect you if you're, yeah. It lowers our stat, it lowers our attack. So let's see what Freeze Dry does here. Okay. It was a crit. It was a crit. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a DC right now, because that crit was nasty. I don't think that would have KO'd. I think that crit definitely mattered. But Mr. Rhyme isn't bothered. He's just kind of sat there tapping his feet now. All right, Charizard comes in. A very good choice. It's a fire type, obviously. The Stealth Rocks do dig in, so it's not a heavy boot set. I don't really have the best switch-ins here. I think my best bet's to go into Pelipper. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Pelipper seems like a really good shout. So we'll withdraw Mr. Rhyme. We'll go into Plopper the Pelipper real quick. We get that Drizzle up, which is fantastic. And if they go for a Hurricane, I'm screwed. They go for a Flamethrower, though, which we should eat up pretty well because of the rain. I'm being resisted and all that. Yeah, we eat that like it's nothing. So they've got a couple of options here. They could go into Wobbuffet to take the hit. They could go into Vileplume to try and take the hit. Dreadnought would not like a Skull to the face. So you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to go for a U-turn because they definitely switch out here. They actually go for an Ancient Power. Ooh, I forgot to get the Ancient Power. That's pretty cool. It does a lot of damage as well. And... oh, no way! As if I just called that. There's like a really low chance as well. I'm going to get them people in the comments section telling me I faked my live commentary again now, because that was too good of a prediction right there. Not that it really benefited me predicting that. But wow. Anyway, that's kind of a bummer. So we're going to go into Ripper now. Ripper with Swift Swim should still outspeed the Charizard at +1 speed. Because we're doubled our speed in Swift Swim, whereas they're 1.5 times. So they're only like a couple of base stat higher than Kabutops anyway. So I'm going to go straight for a Liquidation right off the bat. I think that's the best thing to do. We do outspeed, of course. Liquidation comes through. That is a dead Charizard right there, which is fantastic. Kabutops looking pretty nasty right now, I'm not going to lie. So they're more than likely going to go into the Wobbuffet now, I would say, because they can trap us and they can KO us with counter. Gift Floor comes in, which is the Vileplume. Very good choice. Much better than the Wobbuffet. Definitely better than the Wobbuffet. So we're going to have to switch out here. I'm leaning towards... what am I leaning towards? Because they might go for a Sleep Powder, which wouldn't be ideal. I think Pelipper's a good choice if we can live a hit, because we can go for a Hurricane or Mr. Rhyme. But I don't think I can just hard switch them in. I think I can hard switch in Mr. Rhyme. I think I can switch in Mr. Rhyme just fine. And then we can go for like a Future Sight or a Freeze Dry. I'm leaning towards Freeze Dry, of course. So let's go for it. They go for a Sleep Powder, which is fine. That's going to hit. It's going to connect. Sleep isn't banned in Gen 8 OU, so I don't want anyone in the comments section going Sleep's banned. It's not banned in Gen 8 OU. All right, this is Gen 8, not Gen 9. Anyway, right. So let's get on out of here. I'm leaning towards... what am I leaning towards here? I think I kind of want to go into you, but they'll just Sleep Powder me again, more than likely. I guess I'll just burn a Sleep Turn and try and wake up, go for Freeze Dry. Why not? We Fast Sleep, of course. It's not going to wake up the first turn. It never does. Just not how it works. They go for a Giga Drain, which is going to do a bit of damage. Yeah, nothing too drastic. We're good, we're good. And I watch Mr. Rhyme get like a nasty crit here. It's going to wake up and get a nasty crit. Just watch. Just watch. And then the people really aren't going to believe I'm doing live commentary right now. No, I fell asleep. I was still fast asleep. Never mind. Moonblast is going to come through. You were better off going for the Stab Giga Drain, I think. Just a little bit of criticism. It did about the same amount of damage, to be fair, so it's not the end of the world. I'm going to try one more time for a Freeze Dry, just to see if I wake up. I'm probably not going to wake up. We did wake up. Oh, I woke up this time. Nice. Watch me get a crit. Watch this crit. Watch this crit. Watch this crit. Oh, it wasn't a crit. Oh, I thought it was a crit. I thought it was crit damage. I'm underestimating Mr. Rhyme's offensive capabilities right now. So now this is a great opportunity for us. A really great opportunity for us. We can get Wobbuffet, Kabutops in. We don't even need the Swift Swim anymore, I don't believe. Looking at the team, I'm going to have a quick look at the team real quick. Dreadnought, we outspeed, definitely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Leech Life here just to show that I've got Leech Life. Scare them a bit with a Wobbuffet, maybe not bring it in type thing. And that'd be ideal. We go for the Leech Life, of course. That's going to take out the Vileplume, but it could, if they have Effect Spore. No, they might have had Effect Spore, but it's not there anymore. The rain does stop, though. We don't mind this. We don't mind this too much. A Woingao, which is the Wobbuffet. Awesome. This is a great opportunity for us because they're definitely going to go for a counter here. So, looking at their squad, they've got Wobbuffet, they've got Aegislash. Aegislash is the problem. I'm going to Swords Dance just to get the damage up real quick. I might have to go for 2 Swords Dances, to be honest with you, against this Wobbuffet, because it's a very bulky mon. Leech Life is not Stab. They did go for a counter, so if we got hit by that, it would have KO'd us. I'm going to go for another Swords Dance here, just to get the Swords Dance off. They have to basically stay in and go for a counter. I think +4 is fine. I think Leech Life will take it out from here, but it's not Stab, so I know I definitely need another Swords Dance. Right, we go for another Swords Dance. They did something. What are they going to go for? I'm assuming counter again. Yeah, counter again. That's fine. So we can handle this. What we can do now is we can just go straight for that Leech Life. Leech Life is definitely going to KO the Wobbuffet from here, hopefully. So there we go. If it doesn't... Oh, it did. That's good. I was going to say, if it doesn't and we get countered, we're screwed. With Kabutops anyway. The only problem we've got here is I think the Dreadnought can probably live a hit. That's the only problem. Kamam. Kamam comes in, the Dreadnought. Gotcha. Right. So Stones dig in. Breaking a potential Sash, which is cool. Liquidation makes the most sense. I'm going to go for Liquidation. I don't want to risk missing Stone Miss. Liquidation comes through. We do outspeed, of course. And that should take out the Dreadnought. It did. I thought it was going down slower than usual, so I thought it might live. I was like, what? Durangard comes in, which is the H-Slash. This is where the problems could lie. So I've got to play some mind games here. They could King Shield me quite easily here, and I'd lose some attack. I'm at +4, so I don't mind going for a Liquidation here. They do go for the King Shield, which is great. That's fine. H-Slash is such an interesting Pokemon. The whole King Shield thing, switching between Blade and Shield form, is a genius idea, I think. I think it's a really good idea. So that lowers our attack by 1 stage. We're still at +3. So I'm going to go for another Liquidation. They kind of have to go for another King Shield here. But I'm pretty sure even at +2, we can KO this thing with Liquidation. They do go for another King Shield. It fails. That was their last hope, really. Liquidation comes through. That's going to KO the H-Slash, I think. Yep. And that is the game, I think. They haven't got another Pokemon surprising me in the back, is there? Like, they haven't brought 7, have they? I don't think so. Anyway, GG, that was a pretty fun one. I did enjoy that. And Kabutops got to shine. Gotta love it. Oh, and we got a DC as well. What a way. What a way to start the video, eh? Alright, so Ali's brought a pretty cool team. The Surfetch'd is really cool to see. Primarina as well. You got Appleton, which is nice. Inteleon, Hatterene, and an Alolan Marowak. So Alolan Marowak and Surfetch'd are obviously Pokemon we haven't seen in a while, with it being sort of on Shield and not in Scarvy. So it's pretty interesting to see those. So I feel like I want to get the Rain up straight away, just to give us that advantage when it comes to speed. Although they have, it's mainly Inteleon I'm worried about in that regard. So I mean, Kabutops definitely puts work in here as well. I might, no, because the Marowak will have Lightning Rod, so I can't leave you. I might leave and get my Stealth Rocks up straight away with the Garchomp. That sounds like a good idea. And then we'll just kind of take it from there. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Ali. So they're going to lead off with Harriet, which is going to be their Hatterene, which is cool. As I led with my Zangetsu over here, the Garchomp. So not the best matchup for us. We can't do anything. We got Stealth Rock, nothing. So we're going to have to get out of there. I know it's like first turn switch and all. Like, yeah, whatever. This thing's normally a special attacker, so I feel like Banshee's my best option. They don't normally have a ghost type move, so I should be alright switching in here. So we'll withdraw our Garchomp, which is great. Definitely don't want to stay in against that thing. And we're going to Cursula real quick. Nice and shiny as well, gotta love it. They go for that Misty Explosion, which is interesting. Would have KO'd Garchomp, that's for sure, but definitely not my Cursula, I don't think, as it barely does even a scratch to it, and they lose their Hatterene straight away. So we can get Stealth Rocks up now just fine. We don't have to worry about this thing switching in. So yeah, Cursula's gonna get some leftovers recovery, and it's looking pretty good right now. In comes Clash of Clans, which is the Alolan Marowak. This thing can definitely take us out of a Poltergeist, and I'm fully anticipating that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Spitter real quick. I know. Lightning Rod, plus being a Ghost type, Hyper Voice, and the weather's not up, so Weather Ball's a normal type move as well. I know Spitter can't do anything here, but it's just our best switch in. So we'll bring Spitter in now. They do go for a Shadow Bone instead of a Poltergeist, which is fine. Poltergeist can miss, so I can see why they do that. And now I'm expecting a Fire move, so I'm going to get back into Garchomp and get those Stealth Rocks up. So withdraw Spitter like so. I didn't want to go for the Volt Switch just in case they are a Lightning Rod variant, which they usually are. They go for the Flare Blitz. That would have definitely KO'd Heliolisk, but not my own nice tanky Chomp over here. This is a defensively invested Garchomp, sets up Stealth Rocks, spreads poison, stuff like that. We get the Rocky Helmet plus Rough Skin, which is great. So now I'm just going to go for a Stealth Rock. I don't see any reason not to. We get the Stealth Rocks up. They did stay in, which is interesting because we could have gone for an Earthquake there. Wondering what they're going to do here, for that matter. So Ice Beam, and it's not enough to KO the Garchomp, unfortunately for them, which means we can go for a Earthquake here. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake. I don't see any reason not to go for the Earthquake, because we do outspeed, and it should KO. We are defensive, though. No, it does KO. That's good. So Alolan Marowak, I keep forgetting his name, Marowak, goes down, which is very unfortunate for my opposing team because it's whatever, isn't it? I will say, very interesting it had Ice Beam. I'm assuming that's for like Landorus Furions and stuff like that, but in comes the Primarina. Now, do we need Garchomp? Do we have a switch in? Garchomp could be useful for the Surf Edge still. I think what I want to do is I want to get Pelipper in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Banshee switch. Or no, I'm going to get Pelipper in. I'm going to get Pelipper in. I know we're getting an Ice Beam or a Moonblast to the face, so I'm getting Pelipper in. I know it can take a hit, no problem. So we're going to Plopper now. Get the Drizzle up, which is going to be great. It is going to boost their water moves, that's true, but we should be alright. As they do go for a Sparkling Area, which is interesting. So I'm assuming they were expecting a switch in here. That's going to do a nice chunk of damage to us, nothing too drastic. And I'm going to get a wee bit of Hurricane damage here. I should outspeed if they're not speed investment, which they aren't. We get a nice Hurricane off, and that's going to do a bit of damage to the Primarina as they now go for a Moonblast, which should finish us off. And then we get Kabutops in, Stone Edge this thing, and jobs are good. Oh, we lived, which means we get another Hurricane off, which is cool. All right, Hurricane comes through. That's going to do a little bit more damage to the Primarina. And they go for another Moonblast, which is going to KO us, of course. Boom. Awesome stuff. So with Pelipper down, we're in an unfortunate situation here. With Pelipper down, well, we're not actually. It just means if the rain goes away, it's not going to come back. So I think it's time for Kabutops to come in. So we'll bring Ripper in now, the Kabutops. I'm so excited to pull this one off. I think Liquidation will KO, so I'm going to go for the Liquidation. It should definitely KO the Primarina in the rain, especially. I don't want to risk Stone Edge missing, that's all. Liquidation comes through. It should do the job. Boom, it does do the job. Primarina goes down, because that Liquidation in the rain is very powerful. Chug Jug comes in, the Galar Champ. That is the Appleton. So this is an interesting turn of events. So what we could do here is we could Leech Life, that's for sure. I'm probably safer going in something else. It depends what they're going to do. If they go for a Giga Drain, then we're in a bit of a pickle. But if they don't, then we're not too bad. You know what I mean? They might also try and set up. They're probably going to expect us to switch out anyway, so I bet they go for a Dragon type move. I'm going to go for a Leech Life, see how much damage it does, just to see if we can get some damage off on this thing. Nearly gets the job done, which is great. But they go for a Body Press now. That's a great outcome for us, because that will not KO Kabutops here. I forgot about Body Press. I thought it was in Sword and Shield. Anyway, we'll go for another Leech Life. Should do the trick. So Ripper comes through with a Leech Life, which is great. Down goes Chug Jug, which is fantastic. I love Appleton. It's such a derpy little Pokemon. But yeah, down it goes, down it goes. Jordan the Galar Champion. That is the Inteleon. So we know we outspeed this thing. We know it's probably going to Dynamax here. Let's be real. I'm just going to see how much Stone Edge does. If it doesn't Dynamax, then it'll do even more damage. I'm wondering if they don't know about Swift Swim. All right, we go for that Stone Edge. We do connect, which is great. That's going to do a lot of damage to the Inteleon. As they go for that Snipe Shot in the rain, it's going to definitely do the trick and KO us. But it's fine. Kabutops did pretty well here. I'm not going to lie. It did really well. The Inteleon now outspeeds everything on our team, actually, which is very bad for us. Very, very bad for us. So I'm thinking Mr. Rhyme. I think it's Mr. Rhyme's time to shine. Or Mr. Jester. There we go. Tap dancing away like an absolute legend that he is. What's the remaining Pokemon? It is a Surf Edge. So we definitely want to get a Future Sight off here. That'll be really useful. They go for a Metronome? No way. If they get a really good move here. Storm Throw? Is that the one that switches us out? Oh, no, it's the one that always crits. Gotcha. So we go for a Future Sight here. And the reason I'm going for a Future Sight here is because it's my only Psychic move to deal with that Surf Edge. So what we can do here is we can go for a Freeze Dry now to KO the Inteleon. They go for another Metronome. Awesome. I love Metronome play. I love the Metronome play. Heal Pulse. Oh dear. That didn't work out for you there, did it, buddy? That didn't work out there for you, did it? Huh. Anyway, we go for that Freeze Dry. There we go. Boom. And down goes the Inteleon, which means when the Surf Edge comes in, it'll get one attack off, and then the Future Sight will come through and hopefully take it out. Alright, Jen comes in, the Galar Champion. That is the Surf Edged. Now, they could still Dynamax for all we know. We get the Stealth Rock chip, which is nice. I'll just go for a Freeze Dry here. I don't see any reason not to go for a Freeze Dry. They do go for that Meteor Assault, though, which will take us out more than likely. Really cool animation for a move. Go on, Surf Edged. Oh, it didn't take us out. That's great. So we get the Freeze Dry off with Mr. Rhyme. There we go. Bit of damage. Oh, over half. And there's the Future Sight attack. I've never actually ended a game with a Future Sight attack before, so this is a first for me. But that was a fun game, so GG Ali, that was a really fun one.